Hey everyone, this is Chef. Welcome back to Reus2. We're going to be going for one of two achievements today, I think. We're going to be going for either All That Glitters, or we're going to be going for Cider Lover. And which one we end up going for is really just going to depend on what our Apex draft looks like. Because if we see anything that gives us one of the three Majestic inventions, then I think we can go for All That Glitters. And if we don't, we can just re-roll until we see apples, and then we can place a ton of apples. We'll see how we do. And immediately, none of these look like something that's going to give us Majestic anything, but maybe Staghorn Coral does? I don't think Cinnabar does. We'll take a look. We'll go take a peek here before we get underway. So, All That Glitters requires us to have Majestic earrings, Majestic amulets, and Majestic rings all on the same planet. Majestic rings is diamond, Christmas tree coral, shipwreck gold, sapphire silver, platinum titanite, gold, ruby, pearl, shipwreck peacock, or sapphire tanzanite pink diamond, and emerald, shipwreck, sapphire leaf, turquoise, false trumpet grounds, and nephrite. We have not gotten any of those as an apex bioticum. So for this run, I think we're going to focus on inventions, and we're just going to keep an eye out for apple trees. We are starting with Sage Settlement. Rainforest will be perfectly fine for our friend the Sage. And I do think I'm liking the 6 wide biomes lately. So we will keep going with those. Big fan of oceans as well, if we're going to be having some staghorn coral. I should probably look at what those did. I did not look at my apexes that closely. So staghorn coral is distinct coral bioticum. So we want to have a big coral reef in this ocean. We also got, what were our other apexes? Harpy, distinct animals, perfectly fine, also likes birds. And then moose wants to be very far away from a city and wants a lot of plants in this biome. So we want to stay away from a rugged taiga, because we're going to have a lot of food-producing bioticum in there. And we want to try and find lost bioticum for our taiga where possible. We have double boosters in our friend, the Sage's Ocean. Bedrock wants to be adjacent to a plant. Coral Rock wants to be adjacent to a set of animal and coral. We can actually do both of those. If we do clownfish here, and we do coral, or sea anemone here, the problem is it's not going to give him any food. In fact, it's going to give him 0 food. But that's fine. Maybe it'll trigger him to go look into the rainforest a bit. And then we can give him a rainforest plant, like a papaya or something like that. How's that suit you? It's going to push you to 20. And then if I give you a big ol' rock... Well, hold on. This choice matters. This is 15 science? No, it doesn't. It does not matter which one we put here and which one we put here. They would be the same. There you go. There's your border expansion. Papaya is actually not going to be incredible. I think I want to give you a guinea pig instead, and then pit viper will be pretty good next to you. So you go put that there. That'll be sage to 3. We'll expand our rainforest a bit, and then we'll give you a desert on the far side. What are we looking for with rainforest desert? Maybe like diplomat? Huntress would be alright. Merchant. Oh, we don't have desert. We have taiga. That's right. What are we looking for in rainforest taiga? Inventor? Botanist? Would all be pretty solid choices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here. I like the idea of botanist, because if we want to put a moose in this taiga, moose likes plants, food, and gold, that'll still kind of work, because you're going to want animals, and a moose is an animal. And we can just have animals in this rainforest to pad the rest of it out. You want to make an ocean shrine, distinct ocean biotica? I can do that for you quite easily. You go ahead and take that. I'll need to give you one more rock by the end of Era 1. But it's highly doable. Sage is inventing something new. Western Jungle City has no boosters. You want 2 animals within borders, though? I could actually give you Pit Viper Jungle Fowl. Because you're a critter, right? Yeah. So you can go Pit Viper here, Jungle Fowl here. And they'll be fine together. That'll hit 2 animals within borders. And it'll push us to 3 biodiversity, so it'll give you a little extra food. I don't know if it'll be enough to push you to 3. Probably not. Almost certainly. Well, yeah. No, it's going to push you to 2 and then a little bit of extra. But I could give you a papaya tree now that you're at +3 biodiversity. And that would push you to 3. You will now go and expand. And what do we want on the other side of this ocean? Why don't you just do even more taiga? Why not? And then who is our 3rd leader? What would go on Taiga Ocean? Science would be okay. Doesn't our Ocean 3-star plant care a lot about science? Double gold, double science for each distinct coral? Yeah. That's going to be very good. Alright. Then I am fine having Inventor here. And then we might actually, this might not be Taiga. We might have that be Savannah when we enter Era 1. It'll just make it easier to manage having animals for the Huntress. And then a moose in Taiga can, I don't know, help Inventor get to his emblem or something. Or we could put a 4th village down. With 15 Eon to go, you can do a bedrock over here. That will put your Ocean Temple to completion. Currently at 3 of 4, you'll go to 4 of 4. Getting a nice extra bit of science out of that. Pine Valley Cove is done. We can give... You want 3 technology. I don't have great plants for technology, unfortunately, and I used all of my good ocean rocks. I could go with white-plumed anemone. It also gives us a red algae. And both of these are reef, which are... No, it cares about coral. Well, one of these is a coral. None of you are coral. None of you are coral. You want adjacent reef bioticum. It still works. It's like reef and coral. Yeah, we can take a white-plumed anemone. So you can go here. And then you want distinct adjacent mineral up to 2. So we can put you here, and you'd be adjacent to 2. We could also put you here, and you'd be adjacent to 2. Let's do that, because the further out we go, we might want to do some food synergies or something, maybe. For this booster, that's going to be a rock. It's going to be one that gives gold. And then you want to be next to a plant, which you will be here. So I think that will be a natural place to have you go. Good, good, good. That should be your rank 1. Off into the taiga you go. And then you have 1 more Eon that you can spend. 3 of 5. You think that's enough to push into a Pit Viper? 10 of 20. It's not going to be enough. Just increase the biodiversity in this this rainforest then. That will actually push Jungle Fowl to 6, so it'll give you a bit of extra food. You're nowhere close to your emblem, but it'll do a little bit to help. And then also, what are your bioticum? Science on plant, food on animal, science on mineral. Science on mineral will be great for these two if we can't find any better targets for it. Alright, so there's you done, there's you done. Let's pop into New Era. I don't really think we're looking for anything specific. Sage building Great Forge is really not what I would like to have you do. And we can't do Age of Philosophy because tech isn't our highest stat. And I don't really want to do Calm Era because it doesn't give us great rewards. So I guess we'll do Neolithic Revolution. We get 2 extra microcharges, which, well, we can't get an Eon boost. So I guess we'll do Neolithic Revolution and we'll get bonus stuff for plants. Everybody has decent plant access right now. You're at 2 of 4. We can push you to 4 of 4 relatively easily. You are at 1 of 4. We can push you to 3 of 4 relatively easily. We can give you a carrot that's adjacent to a fir, and then that's +2 plants. Doesn't really help your... Well, it does help your science a little bit, because fir gives you science. Okay, give me one of those. And then you also have your new biome, which you wanted to be savanna, if I recall correctly. You could also do forest. No, I think I'd rather do savanna, because we get access to some pretty good birds in savanna. And then we can make our harpy that much more powerful. You come over here, give me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plunk you down there. We're going to want to buy an expansion charge. We're going to want to use an expansion charge after we're done terraforming. Off you go. Expansion charge me here. Actually, expansion charge me here, and I don't think I'll even have to change the biome. Go ahead. And then we're looking for a nomad charge, which you can actually afford now. So buy that. Science from minerals. We're not doing anything with minerals right now. But I guess a double science would be all right. No, I'm going to go with diplomat, because this tundra needs to hold a moose, and the inventor is, or the miner is not going to care about a moose. This tundra needs to be plants, and then one big moose. And miner is not really going to cooperate with that plan in general. Now, you are interested in science and mineral within borders with highest science. You want 2 of 3 tree biotica. You want 2 of 3 undergrowth. I can get you to 2 of 3 undergrowth. Blackberries undergrowth, carrots undergrowth. I don't think any of you are going to be tagged undergrowth. But that's doable. And it's probably easier than trees. Because trees can't go in the ocean either. So you can have that. You're fine. You can do 80 gold for animals, or you can do 80 food for animals. But you do need 1 more animal to get it to 80 gold. But you already have a Neolithic farm to get food. And you want it to be 3 or 4 distinct. So we can do that. Give me Trapper. Done. Wild dog, guinea fowl. Sage is mad. And I could give you a little extra food in here. Wild dog here. Inventor is stealing technology from Sage. No. No. You are going to be a herring to get our sage to 10. Inventor has made peace with the sage. That's great. Inventor hates the swamp giant. Don't care. You can hate me all you want as long as you are friends with your neighbors. And then as soon as you're done placing, we'll put a guinea fowl here. Hunter's Village wants to go to 8 pop. We can do that with these tiles. Not immediately sure how right now, but we can. Alright, come back over here. Give me a guinea fowl here. And then you need to fill this out with plants, actually. So you need to draft rainforest, and you need to take one that gives you 3 plants. Would you accept 2 plants? I would accept 2 plants, even though it comes at the expense of a scarlet macaw, which I'd really like to go with this harpy. Although it doesn't give mystery. Yeah, maybe it's okay. We will take banana. Banana wants adjacent plants up to 3, which we could do here. Go ahead and have one of these. I'll convince you to expand out this direction. After I fill in these tiles, anyway. That's going to push you to 6. It'll give us 2 cities with 6, and then we'll go take care of Inventor Village, I guess. You'll be the 3rd one to go to 6, maybe. $15 if adjacent to a mineral. I can do it eventually. It just won't be ready right now. And you don't care about distinct plants, so I can just give you a second Ramon tree for extra biodiversity to turn jungle fowl back on and to turn papaya back on. No, papaya's always on. Right, so that is your Neolithic farm done. It will be your trapper done. Here's your expansion party now. Huntress is good to go. Sage needs 2 more plants. I can give you 1 here so that you'll be adjacent to fish. You're about to run out of Eon, though. You need to get somebody to 6 pop. You need Inventor to have 1 more. You want to be adjacent to an herbivore? I can do that eventually, even if I can't do it right now. I'll just put like a rabbit here. That'll put you to Neolithic Farm 4. It'll put you to Undergrowth 2. You would really like 1 more plant. Because it turns on your Temple of Reginald. You willing to spend on it, though? I don't know. Alright, so that turns all of your stuff on. It's going to push you to 6 pop. Done. There's Neolithic Revolution 3. How much era do you want to spend to get a plant down here? I think it would be a very easy ask to spend 5 Eon to put down a kelp. I think we get a lot out of it. And then you're not doing anything, but that's fine. I can visit you next era. As far as your micro go, don't bother looking at science output. It's like percent based right now. It's not worth it. It's never worth it. Inventor Village wants to be at 10 technology. Were any of you on boosters? You were on a gold booster, but we don't have a way to boost gold in minerals. We can only boost science in minerals. So I think that would be a fairly easy ask here. Did any of you get boosters? No. None of you got boosters. I would have known that. And none of you got boosters. Yeah, our boosters were pretty weak. But we also don't have percent gold on animals because we don't have Savannah Giant. We have Ocean Giant. So we can't do double Mantis on our wild dog. I think we might be stuck just giving people natural bonuses. Rather than worrying about percent. Well, no, you would get more out of these too. Go for it. And then look for one that pushes you over the edge. You're at 13 of 15 food and almost at 14 of 15. I would be willing to give you 25 food on this guinea pig. get you to 14, and then next era, you get your emblem. Pushes you to 12 science. It's not going to get you all the way there. I really wish I could put one more plant down. Are you ready to expand? You would be. You're interested. If I put one plant here, you would reach out to it. Yeah, I'll do it. You could actually have it be a second papaya if you really want to make sure he gets there. Because that's going to turn on your Neolithic farm. It's going to give you an extra 60 food. It's going to turn your emblem on. Your emblem's going to give you more food. Your trapper and farm is done. You're close enough on Herbalist. We didn't quite get you there, but it's okay. So we'll wait for you to expand. Everybody's mad. I get it. I get it. Next era, you'll be much happier with your lot. There you go. Enjoy your pop. There's your emblem turned on. Which is what? Well, undergrowth biotica gain 10. You don't have any undergrowth biotica, though. Well, you do on this side. And on this side. That's interesting. Alright, continue. Here's our first farmer's market. Hooray. And then we will head into Era 2. Bonus microcharges, more bonus microcharges, diversity, prosperity. Who would we be killing? We'd be killing the Huntress. I think the Huntress is going to be fine where she's at. And everybody is trading right now. It's going to be a decent damned plague run. Sage has 20 tech, have 20 pop on the planet. I think we can get the Sage to 20 tech with Rainforest Ocean. Gives us an extra draft charge, helps us hunt down inventions more, gives us an extra reroll, helps us hunt down inventions more. We just need to keep an eye out for Toxic Bioticum. Alright, let's go fix the Diplomat, because the Diplomat currently has nothing. Let's give you a nice gold rock, and then we'll put you next to an animal. Draft a Savannah animal. Maybe something that cares about being next to minerals, like a spotted hyena. Gives you another bird. Birds are good. Grab it. It's not even a 2-star. I love that. Swamp Giant, or Ocean Giant over here. Get ready to put down a spotted hyena. Actually, we can put mineral here. We can put white-backed vulture here, because it'll be next to... not an element. Never mind. Each adjacent mineral. This will still work, actually. We'll do an element here. Mudpool is an element. Inventor decided that Swamp Giant isn't welcome around the city. Really? We'll see about that. I don't need to use it. In the short term, anyway. And then you have one of these. Here's your bone picker. Off you go. You're interested in Trapper? I think I could give you Trapper here. Although you might want Science. And then how close are you to Science? Don't worry about that right now. You want Coral Diver. Ocean plants within borders. Animal Breeder. So Animal Breeder's 200. But your mystery gives you Science. 3 and 5. so that would be an extra 60 science. It would be 110 science, and then it would be 150 food. 110 science, 150 food. Would be 260 versus the 200 you get out, well, 300 that you get out of Animal Breeder. I mean, Animal Breeder is still just better. Animal Breeder is so good if you don't really care what you're getting. And the difference in science is only 110 versus 100. So, in terms of looking at, like, Devious Experiment, it doesn't really matter. Alright, knock that off, please. You didn't actually hit the people sieging. You're gonna have to do it again. Is this gonna kill them? Hopefully not. Give me Animal Breeder. You have a second domesticable animal. Not currently. Inventor thinks you'll get the giant next time? I don't know, man. I don't know about all that. I don't think that's true. You're at 18 science. So I need to give you just a little more science. Are you next to a reptile? No. The snake is further away. I need a domesticable rainforest animal. Oh, frick. We need hemp for inventions. None of you are domesticable. I need hemp for invention. It invents like 3 things, and it's toxic. Hemp is too good to pass up here. I'm going to have to put down double guinea pig. No, it's domestic. It's distinct. Well, Animal Breeder might be capping out at 1 on this run, because hemp is too good to pass up. So you would bury guinea... Well, or you could get a domesticable bird in like a savanna draft or something, maybe. Yeah, but you have to do this now. 30 science for each adjacent animal, no cap. So it would go here. Yeah, this hemp is going to be really big. And then you want to be next to a reptile biome. We can make that work. Call your friends over. Upgrade this papaya. Let's get this hemp down and see if I can get you to invent something. I'd also love to see a booster here. A science booster or a plant booster. Or any booster. I'll put a hemp on like a food booster if I need to. A gold booster, I'll still do it. You go here. You want to be adjacent to animals. You can have an iguana. You can have a pit viper. And then you can have a second... No, it's not going to matter. You should have put a Tinamu here. Yeah, Tinamu goes here. Iguana goes here. And then Cinnabar goes here. So let them see if that invents something. It will. 9 of 10, 10 of 10. So you will invent something, hopefully out of hemp, because it's on a booster. It's not on a science booster, but it's on a booster. So we'll see if that matters. And then we'll move on to Huntress Town. Tavern is the only thing that you can do here, because you're not next to an ocean. And for your tavern, you want more animals. Do they have to be distinct? They do have to be distinct. It's a lot of distinct animals that you want to have access to. I may leave that tavern at 4. Because I don't have access to a lot else without putting down a ton of duplicates, and the duplicates aren't really going to help me out too much. Diplomat, what are you up to? You wanted distinct animals, I remember. And we haven't really put down taiga animals yet, so you can have a rabbit, and then you can have a stoat next to it. That'll move you to 4. And then inventor, what are you struggling with over here? You don't even know what you want right now. Cardinal wants to be next to fruit. All of these are placed. Labrador we can't do yet. So I could give you... I need a tundra draft, or a taiga draft. I need it to be next to something that has base science, which Bluebeard could do. I don't think any of these matter for inventions. Should you just take copper here, though? No, because this biome is never going to be that rugged. Take a potato, and you're going to do a food taiga, as unusual as it sounds. You will be adjacent to 1 undergrowth here. You want animal breeder? I can get you to 1. Is there anything domesticable that lives in the savannah? A guinea fowl is. I can get you to 2. Because we're going to put rabbit down over here. That's going to give you your first one. Actually, no, stoats aren't domesticable. So you're going to get that. I could just give you a second rabbit. No, they have to be distinct. They do have to be distinct. Fine, put a guinea fowl over there. That's pushed you to 5 technology. It's pushed you to 6. That should push you to 7. Do you have anything you can give him in the ocean? Bioticum with base food? Neither. 2 stars? No. 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 You could... I think you have 1 more ocean draft, don't you? You do. You're looking for reef and coral here. No. No. Definitely not. No. No. Okay. So all you're caring about here is reef, then. 50 gold for each distinct plant in the biome, plus a micro slot. As a gold animal. Each distinct bioticum that has a base science yield in this biome. Up to 5, and a ton of mystery. I do like mystery. Actually, you come with a second reef bioticum, and you don't. So take the sea turtle. Just so that you can maximize the number of reef bioticum that you have available. So you get your rock, and then I think we're going to start upgrading over here with an eye towards putting down staghorn coral. That probably means that the white-plumed anemone needs to go first. Next to an expanse bioticum. It wouldn't be. Next to one with base food. It might... No, it won't be. None of these guys are food. I don't think I'm going to be able to preserve the synergy on the bedrock after upgrading these. And I'd rather lock in the white-plumed anemone. So we'll do that. You're going to come over here. You are going to put down sea turtle, because sea turtle doesn't have any adjacency requirements. And then you're on a super booster. I think that works out great for us. Actually, I think the turtle would be even bigger. It'd be at 225. You're only going to ever be at 70. And then you would be adjacent to a plant bioticum if we move that bedrock. Alright, we can make that happen. Turtle goes here. Turtle grass goes here. You want distinct adjacent reef bioticum. We can make that happen. Turtle's not reef. He is reef. So this is where the staghorn coral is going to go. It's a plant. It'll be next to a plant. Yeah. The Staghorn Portal is going to go here in the next era. So in the meantime, just fill these out. You're still not next to anything with base food. You're next to one adjacent mineral here, and it pushes the Inventor's Science a little higher, so replace it. And it's a reef, so you might even replace it again. I don't think that's going to push you to 10. It's going to push you to 9. You still haven't invented a project. Have you given any thought to maybe inventing a project? How close are you to 10? 0 of 30. Woof. You want to be adjacent to a plant. I can't make that happen. What if you replace the bedrock with red algae? You lose a biodiversity, but you turn the turtle grass on. And then that pushes you to the amount of science that you need. Right? It should. No, it puts you 1 away. That is annoying. Because it means we're going to have to spend a micro. When I don't want to. Or you could just put another bioticum down. That's true. You could also do that. Fine. You can just have a second stone. There you go. You get 2 stones. Look at you go. Have you traded for the noxious whatchamacallit yet? Forbidden formula? How close are you to triggering a trade route? A ways away. You have a slot available. We need the hunters to invent something. What did I give you for buildings? I need you to get science. I need you to come up with an invention. For each adjacent animal, that'll do. You also need food. That Raymond tree doesn't do anything. You're not adjacent to a mineral, but you could be. But you could be, though. But you don't give science, though. It's all complicated, really. This is going to put you to 3 science. Maybe to 4. You like the sage, right? Yeah, you do like the sage. So if you come up with an invention, he will want to trade with you. If you got rid of papaya tree and banana, you could replace it with a cinnabar iguana, and that would be +1 distinct animal. While preserving your food. Bring in your friends. And then you would just need 1 more distinct animal. Could you maybe encourage an expansion out into the savannah? Maybe. So this you want to be iguana, cinnabar. Cinnabar will also turn on the taro, because taro wants to be next to a mineral. You can have one of these. Inventor is stealing technology from Sage. No. No. No, that's not happening. So you are not inventing yet. But I can get you to invent with a micro. Destroy that. Food on animal, science on plant. Sure. That will push you to an invention. That will get your hands on forbidden formula. Inventor also needs to trade with Sage, but he doesn't like Sage. How did I lose 3? Oh! Disasters remove prosperity. I never noticed that. I should be more careful with that. Huntress inventing something new. Good. Diplomat. I'm gonna wait for the Huntress to obtain this invention. Yep, there they go. So they're gonna trade. They're gonna drop off Forbidden Formula. I have no idea how many toxic bioticum you have. Cinnabar is probably toxic, if I had to guess. Pit Viper is toxic, so you'll get an extra 50 science out of that. Then, once you have Forbidden Formula, I will trigger this trade route off of the Diplomat. Diplomat will hopefully trade with Huntress. She doesn't really know what she wants to trade with right now, but she could potentially trade with the Huntress, and then she would get access to Forbidden Formula. And then Inventor could trade Forbidden Formula with the Diplomat. You have not acquired the Forbidden Formula. But why? Did I do it backwards again? Is it that you need to start a trade route? I don't think it is. But I guess maybe it is. Can you domesticate an iguana? No. Alright, give up on that, and then just push you to start a new trade route, I guess. Which we can do with an agate. Just a single agate. Because your savannah's already kind of done. And then I think we're also at the point in the game where we want to start burning draft charges. No, you could still draft a taiga and a savannah. Nightjar, tourmaline, sugar beet. They're both birds. Fruit biotica gain rugged. This seems fine. This is 2 plants and 2 birds for taiga when we know we're going to want that with a moose. That seems like a great pickup. And we'll be able to make use of it next arrow. And then you also... Can I find you anything else domesticable? Critter bird herbivore, critter bird herbivore. Don't know how to domesticate birds. That's fine. We never really got our animal breeders to pop off this arrow. But I guess that's just the way it goes sometimes. And then I can give you a row in here to take advantage of that food booster. I can put a microcharge on it, and then I may need to spend 1 eon to put down 1 more source of rugged, which I guess would be a nightjar. Each adjacent fruit or bird, it's probably going to go on top of that agate. Yeah, upgrade this now. No, wait until next era for that, because you just spent all your eon. You... Science on plant, but you're on a food booster. That doesn't help me. Food on animal, I also don't think that helps. Science on mineral. Oh, you want to make something, huh? Sure, you can have a free alchemist hut when I have no eon left. That seems fine. I don't know if that's going to push you to the 20 technology that you wanted. We don't have great boosters to take advantage of, so I think we're looking for inventions and trade rates here. 125 isn't really going to get you there. 1107 might. But you don't have anything that boosts gold, so it's really just food. Your iguana's at 67. He does have 2 micro slots. 50 and tagged tree. Tree doesn't help me. Looking for food. We want to upgrade this guinea fowl next era. So I'd be fine putting sphagnum moss on you. Scavenger for each adjacent mineral. You're fine. You're fine. 4 of 6 rugged. 2 micro. What if you just gave it 50 food and you made it a tree twice? Because, like, 50 food... Wait, 50, this is 50 food that can go on a plant. And it's on a food booster. Yeah, no, this is actually pretty good. We get a second tree tag out of it for whatever that might wind up counting for. I don't think it's really going to count for anything. But it does give us a great way to take advantage of the fact that it's on a food booster. And it pushes you closer to your first emblem. Which is not great, because I haven't been able to pick up a ton of domesticable animals. At least that's Damned Plague 3, though. I wish I had gotten it to spread a little further, but I continue to be baffled by how trade routes work, so... Okay. Damned Plague done. 2 extra draft charges, 4 extra micro charges, bunch of diversity, prosperity, extra reroll. We did Age of Horror last time. I don't feel like doing that again. Give science for food from plants. What are our Apex Bioticum? You can't check, that's right. You have moose, which is food and animal. You have staghorn coral, which is gold and science from reef. And then you have your bird. So I don't think it's going to be solar punk. I think it could be tropical paradise. We have a lot of birds, we have a lot of reef, we have a lot of fruit. Actually, it's almost certainly tropical paradise. We've kind of built ourselves a tropical paradise run without even realizing it. Good. You're already at 14 reef, fruit, or bird biotica. So, first thing that needs to happen is all of you need to come over here, and we need to start building our coral reef. Let's also draft a bit more ocean to see if we can find any invention down here. Just get that ready to go. We're going to unlock a lot of emblems because we're getting a ton of extra fruit from our tropical clubs. We're going to get a lot of extra mystery within borders here very shortly. Upgrade here. Get ready to put down a staghorn coral. No booster, that's fine. Each distinct coral bioticum, each distinct adjacent reef bioticum. Reef, 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 coral, coral. And you have 6 biodiversity. So you're going to go here. And then you're going to go here. And then what other reefs do you have? What other corals do you have? Coral is what matters. Each distinct adjacent mineral. Adjacent to animal and coral. Nothing, well, adjacent to plant, I guess. Up to 2. So I can do white-plumed anemone here, which is also reef, which staghorn coral doesn't really touch reef, but... Actually, let's wait on that, because in our last ocean draft, we might get even more reefs and corals. Let's go get the sage to 60 pop. Extra food for each food science gold in the undergrowth bioticum within borders with highest food science gold. What do you have as an undergrowth bioticum? It's, oh, the hemp, of course. Yeah, the hemp is going crazy. And it can be bigger. We could put an animal here. And we have them ready to go, too. Come upgrade here. That's actually a really good hemp. I don't think it's good enough to justify taking Country Club when Cafe's already at 400. But it's a hemp that's exceeded my expectations. Also, did you get your invention for hemp? Rope. Was that the one we were looking for? Unknown. Cotton. Guarana. Cacao. African elephant. I'm gonna say, yeah, maybe. Mouflon, honeysuckle. Oh, we still need to invent weed. I'm gonna say that we probably got one of them, but we still need to invent weed as well. I can only assume that's what it is. It looks 100% like a pot leaf behind that icon. Right, so now we go bird, bird. Each distinct animal in this biome is going to go insane. You want to be next to animal, plant, mineral. So this is plant, this is animal. We'd want to put a 3-star mineral there. I'd love to see a rainforest mineral that's good. Can you show me such a thing? Yeah, I would say that you can. I would say that gold legendary is a pretty good rainforest mineral. Do you have the biodiversity to support it? Actually, do you have any inventions that take cobalt? Because we almost never see cobalt, and it comes with a bird. Any inventions that take cobalt? Ibex, honeysuckle, cotton, zinc, chrome, zircon, talc, tungsten, animals, African elephant, obsidian. Obsidian. We gotta keep an eye out for obsidian. Tuna, great white shark, honeysuckle, Labrador tea. No. Okay. No inventions that do anything with cobalt. So would you rather just take legendary gold then? Because you could also pick up another bird from Scarlet Macaw. No, you pick up another bird for taking cobalt anyway. And also, 40 gold, 40 science is really good. How much biodiversity do you have in here right now? 9? But your harpy is going to take it to 6. But your toucan is going to put it back up to 9. Does it give you bonus mystery? No, just base resources. That actually makes the Venacious Amazon quite a bit worse, because you're all about mystery. Each mystery and biotica on the planet. I think legendary gold is going to wind up being better. So grab that. Go ahead and put down your Toko Toucan, which is going to allow you to place your legendary gold, which is going to give you biodiversity back. I think this is going to put you at 6. Yeah, it's going to put you at 6, which is enough to put your harpy down. You would bulldoze Taro and your Ramon tree. What are you all about right now? Food for animal within borders with highest food. Distinct predator biotica. You are going to give quite a bit of food. No, because you're not going to be next to that many fruits. This is shaping up to be an animal rainforest. So I guess that would be Safari Guidepost, then? But not a lot of them are predators. Oh, wait, hold on. A red howler's a predator for some reason. Also, so is a harpy. Never mind. Safari Guidepost. I don't know where that monkey's gonna go, but we're gonna find a home for it. Plow these under. That does take you down to 3, which is a bit annoying. But if you put down the red howler, it goes back up to 6. He just wants to be adjacent to 4 fruits. So you could bulldoze iguana cinnabar and replace them with fruit. It would be banana, papaya, banana, papaya. Do they have to be distinct? They do. So I can get you next to 2 max, which means I can just put you here. That puts you to 6 biodiversity. It lets you put the harpy down. It puts you to 3 biodiversity. But more importantly, it gives you an absolute mountain of mystery out of that harpy. That's the bigger deal. you're going to go from legend times 53 to legend times 117, which is going to give you almost twice as much gold. Lovely. And then I need to get you next to fruit, which means upgrading these. Science? I don't do anything with science. Now you do have a slight problem here, in that you don't have enough biodiversity. So you're going to need to make a hill in this rainforest. Put it here, because you may end up giving the red howler a bit of extra fruit spread. For now, you can just have them be mineral. You'll be adjacent to an animal here. And then that'll put you at 3. And then you can put banana here. And it's not going to be a very good banana, but the important thing is it's going to give you extra food. This isn't a great rainforest, but it's good enough. That's as good as you will ever be able to be, considering the bioticum that I have access to. And then how is your project doing? Safari Guidepost is done. Tropical Club is looking great. Let's go back and draft Ocean. Oh, right, I didn't pick your building yet. So the hemp is only going to give us 355 food, and we're done drafting Rainforest. Cafe is only going to be better starting now, and might become even better as we revise this ocean. Let's look for more coral. Expanse Gem Noble Construction? No. You are a coral, though. So that's 1. You're a coral, and you give mystery if adjacent to 2 distinct animal biotica. We're interested in that. We're interested in sun coral, and I don't think I've ever put down a blue whale. Each distinct expanse bioticum in this biome. How many expanse bioticum do we have? 1, 2, 2. That's not amazing. I don't think we're going to be going with blue whale. All herbivore animals gain 50% if they're unique in the biome, and it gets 75 food for each plant in biome. And it's base food, which is going to make the cafe happy for the sage. And it comes with a coral. So even though it's pretty bad in terms of biome overlap, I think this is quite good. We do just get so much more out of the blue whale, though. Oh, wait, this gets tagged as coral twice? Hold on. Each distinct. It's not going to matter. So you come with 1 coral. You come with 1 coral. You come with 1 coral. Of those, which coral is the best? Probably finger coral, because it's 30 mystery, which is going to make your gold better. So you take this in Dugong, even though it has really bad overlap with the other 2 biotica that you get out of it. At this point, the time has come to erase here in the shallows, and prepare to replace with Dugong and finger coral. So you will be an animal. We'll need to put a second animal here. Will you be next to 2 distinct plants? We can make it so that you are. We don't really care about your food. I would rather have the mystery. I think I want the mystery at all times from now on. Neither of you give science, so it doesn't matter what order we place these in. You can go here. You can upgrade here. Wait a minute, no. You can go here. You can upgrade here. plant booster. Does that change anything for you? Not really. But it does mean that you want to put down another white-plumed anemone. Is that okay with your dugong? He doesn't really care. Finger coral wants to be next to animal biotic coming up. I think you want the finger coral there as much as it sucks. It's going to waste you 5 Eon. Plus a little more. So you go here. Puts you at 5 biodiversity. Then you would go here. And we'll put 2 minerals in the ocean. Adjacent to sets of animal and coral. Your coral, you're not going to be next to animal. But you will be next to plant. And it'll also give us an extra biodiversity, so that will put you at 6. And the dugong needs 10. You need to replace this finger coral with an animal. It's adjacent to 2 distinct plants there. Give me the extra mystery. That puts you to 6. How does it still put you to 6? Adjacent to set of animal and coral. So coral... We can do coral rock here, and then I can put any animal here. None of them give biodiversity. I can't do sea bass. Sea bass is going to cost me too much. You can go here. That's going to put you to 8. I need 1 more biodiversity from somewhere. You might need to put down a second turtle grass. If you can make it adjacent to a plant. It's going to have to go here. So we're going to put bedrock down again, and this kelp is just going to disappear. The bedrock has to stay because it gives bonus biodiversity. No, you're going to go here. And then the turtle grass is going to go here because it has a plant booster. This will put you to 10. Right? Puts you to 8. How is your math so bad on this? How is your math so bad on this? How are you going to get this dugong down, man? So you're costing me 5. You're costing me 5. You're costing me 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, minus 2, 18, 17, 11, 6, and then you're getting a bonus plus 2 from something. You might need to just stack the hell out of something like a bedrock. Like, what if you replace herring with bedrock? No, because herring's unique in biome right now. I need an expansion tile. That's going to be the easiest way to accomplish this. Then, you can only go in shallows. Oh, never mind. You don't care at all. Here, have one of these. And then have one of these. Plus 2 mystery if not adjacent to expanse. Yep, you'll be fine there. That'll put you to 10, and then you can put your dugong down. Okay, so we figured out how to do it. Boom. 1,000 food dugong. Also, it's plus reef. So we're at 400 and 400 on the Staghorn Core. We could boost that science even higher with the Dragonfly. Each medicinal, science in trees, mineral within borders. All three of these are so bad. And none of them are going to get better. So just take an apothecary for a flat 250. And find a way to put down a moose as your next big project that you're going to work on out here. Bring all the giants over. Gold in animal in borders with highest gold is not going to be it, because we're going to be putting a moose down, and we don't have a 3-star to put in the savannah at this time. Although, what if we see like a really good gold animal in this draft? It's not going to be Titanite. It's not going to be Platinum, although it does come with a bird. Although a Sable comes with 2 birds. All critters gain 20 food for each distinct critter in this biome. That's actually really good. No, because we want this to be a plant taiga. So you could take Larix for Lost, you could take Bogfield for Lost, to make the moose further away. And then it's a tree, but you already picked his thing. Any of you lost? No, not lost. Lost, not lost, not lost, not lost. Oh, I want to take that Stellar Sea Eagle, though. It's a bird. No, it just doesn't contribute to your moves. Take the Larix. Take the Larix. You have enough birds in this savannah. Each in medical biotic in metal bioticum. Pardon. Extra gold for each gold. You're just gonna be Hotel. I don't think Hotel is as much of a snap pick as it has been in previous iterations of the Diplomat City. And then who should get the moose? All Biotica with base science that are unique gain 20 science. All domesticable Biotica gain 40-40. We don't have that many domesticable Biotica. You should be the one to get the emblem, so the moose should live on the inventor side. Get rid of these double stones. An animal booster. Insanity. Adjacent to a fruit. You are adjacent to a fruit. Do you care about adjacency? You don't. Actually, you want to spend your expansion charge first, because we want the moose to be deep in here. So that's actually... You're going to be the other bird. What's this other bird? All fruit biotica gain 3 rugged? Yeah. And then you want to be adjacent to fruit or bird? Yeah. It's going to cost you biodiversity, but you're going to get a lot of biodiversity back. Labrador tea is medicinal undergrowth. And it wants to be adjacent to undergrowth herbivore. But it's not fruit. Cloudberry is fruit and wants distinct adjacent critters. You're what I'm talking about. And then you want to be adjacent to another bird. You can be next to a crossbill. You, Mr. Bluebeard. Actually, you should just be a Rowan instead. Because you only care... Oh, you're not next to an herbivore. No, you should be there. Yeah, you should be here. And then you can move the Bluebeard over here. So you're at Birdhaven 3, and then I can give you a Rowan tree for Birdhaven 4. That's a tree for the crossbill to be next to, so that turns the crossbill on. And then I want to upgrade this patch, I guess, and I want to put a Larix there and a moose. So upgrade here. You'll have 2 lost patches away from the inventor. No boosters. It's very sad to see the animal booster go. Actually, you want to get a red cardinal down too, because it's a bird. And Labrador Tea's okay. No, it's mystery. You want to get Labrador Tea down as well. Undergrowth and herbivore. Herbivore? Wrong. Construction tree lost. Wrong. Stick to this for now. Each distinct adjacent critter. Oh, frick. You're a critter. A moose is not going to be a critter. You're going to have to put a hill back here. Yeah, create rich hills so that you can be adjacent to more critters. Biodiversity 11 is enough to sustain a moose. Off you go. Adjacent to at least one undergrowth? No, because you want to be adjacent to critters. So a red-backed vole is a critter. You can steal technology now, it's fine. A red cardinal is also a critter, but it's not adjacent to a fruit at that point. So you would need to go here. And then the vole would need to go here and accept that it's not adjacent to a predator. So that you're adjacent to 3 critters. And then you'd have one more tile that you want to use to get Labrador Tea down. Then upgrade here. Labrador Tea wants to be next to sets of undergrowth and herbivore. Well, herbivore. Then you'd need to go undergrowth. Potato is undergrowth. Each adjacent undergrowth. Labrador Tea is undergrowth. Need Eon to place Biotica? I'll spend. We're at 25 of 24 fruit or bird. We just need the Inventor City to come and expand out to this moose. You have one of these. You have one of these. That puts you to Grazing Lands 2. And then we need to buy expansion charges. And I need you to not go into the ocean for them. What are you doing right now? You're raiders. Okay, that's fine. Expand. Good direction choice. Expand. Good direction choice. Is that going to put you to 250? I think that'll put you to 250. And then maybe buy a couple drafts to see if you can get any more inventions. Cape Buffalo's an invention. I can't tell you how I know, I just know. It's, this one. Yeah, okay. So take a Cape Buffalo. We would be looking for a booster slot in the Savannah. We have one, but we need to upgrade it, because Cape Buffalo is a 2-star. What if you were to upgrade your wild dogs? And then buy more ink. Ladybug any good for you? 75% mystery can upgrade plant. That might be, because there's a lot of plants in the ocean that are very mysterious. No, you're only 6, actually. You're not that mysterious. You're 32. You're extremely mysterious. Bring the swamp giant over here. Buy that ladybug. Bump that up a bit. A food booster. That I can use for a Cape Buffalo. You want to be adjacent to 3 undergrowth? You'll be next to 1. I could make you next to 2. Yeah, I can give you a red oak here. And then how close are you to an invention? You might make it off the back of that. You'll go to 12, you'll go to 13. You would need 2 more. You're almost at 14, you would really only need 1 more. Adjacent to a plant? I can do that. It's not going to be a lot of science, but it'll be some. Bring your plant giant over. Have him put down red oat to make your Cape Buffalo stronger. Just please don't invent anything off this red rock. Invent something off of the Cape Buffalo instead. Can you do that? Alright, and then you're gonna need to use a booster, but that's fine. Or a micro, but that's fine. 25 will get you to 15. You will invent something. Please invent the idea of riding on a Cape Buffalo. It would mean a lot to me. Marabou's also an invention, isn't it? Or are you thinking of a Mouflon? I think you're thinking of a Mouflon. Which you do not have access to in these choices. We'll just take anything then. We're not going to have the arrow to place any of this stuff, so it doesn't really matter. Jackalberry an invention? African Element's an invention. I remember that. See if you can grab one of those too then. You might have the biodiversity in this biome. Maybe not. No, there's no way. At 5, there's no way. You might just need to accept this one as is. 5 distinct animals. 1 distinct, 2 distinct. 3 distinct, 4 distinct. You would be the 5th distinct animal. And you're only a 1-star. What have you invented? Come on, Huntress. Come on, Huntress. Invent an animal that you can ride on. I don't have a tree. Beast of Burden! Jeez on it, okay. I need a savanna... Wait a minute, no I don't. No I don't, man. Because I have, your thing. I have invasive patch. I can put a tree from anywhere. I need a 1-star tree. A Ramon tree would actually work great. Do I have any better choices? Larynx? No. Forest? No. Alright. So here's how this is going to work. Invasive patch you. Need a hand to place Biotica? I can fix that. These are the last 2 things you can do. I think we get there. You go to 8. Upgrade here. Place giraffe adjacent to a tree bioticum. You're not going to get an invention out of this African elephant. She just invented something. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm still going to put it down, though. Because I can. Why not? Why shouldn't I? It's a decent elephant, too. 870 and 30, because there's a ton of herbivores in this biome. That's a weird planet. But it kind of came together. I love this reef. I wish that we didn't have to put this expansion tile in the middle of it, because I liked that it was just a very small, very compact reef. But it got there. The cross-planet synergies went insane. Like, all these herbivore animals that are unique in their planet are all getting crazy buffs. This is a 195 food guinea pig. 120 food tinamu, and we didn't even get to aid biodiversity. 100 food toucan. 305 food red howler, and it's only next to 2 fruits. We could have pushed that even higher, actually, if I'd remembered that we had invasive patch. But I think it's too late now, because we can't buy any more Eon. Okay, Buffalo going crazy with the benefit of a dugong. Like, everyone just kind of worked well together cross-planet, which is cool. I like those kinds of synergies. So, we didn't get cider done. And we didn't get all the glitters done. However, we did get at least 2 inventions, and maybe a third one that I wasn't paying attention to. So let's go take a look. 3-star, 3-star, 3-star. That is an 829 prosperity planet overall. Not bad. And then show me my collection. Show me my milestones, I guess. 98 of 99. Yeah, so we still have a couple to knock out. But we got Beast of Burden. That's done. And I'm pretty sure we finished Rope as well. Wherever Rope is. Over here. I'm pretty sure we got that done. So what are we still looking for? We're still looking for Ibex, Mouflon, Gaur, Honeysuckle, Cotton, Guarana, Cacao Tea, Strawberry Passion Fruit, African Elephant, Grey Wolf. Wolves and cats we gotta remember for this one. Fox should be actually we should look for Fox, because Fox comes in pretty cheap. We can pick it up as a 1-star and it doesn't take up an Apex slot. This should also be pretty easy. Zinc, Talc, Tungsten, I think are fairly low Apex. And then we also just need to grab Hemp again. And then most other things are like big 3-stars. Oh, Labrador Tea we might have been able to try and nail, because we did have Labrador Tea there for a bit. And then Mouflon again. So whittling down inventions, we'll play another round or two where we look for either Apple Tree or Old It Glitters. And then we'll pick up Ice Age. We'll play a game or two of Ice Age, and then that'll be Reus. I think we've done most of the things that we want to with this game, and it's been a good little set of enjoyments. You know, each of these videos is like an hour and a half long. We're at, I think this is like 18, 19, something like that. So close to, 30, 35 hours worth of content, depending on how much you want to go into achievement farming. That's not a bad deal in this day and age. But I will catch you in the next one. If you are still enjoying Reus, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so that you can see when more of these videos come out. And if there's something else you would like to see on the channel instead, why not drop a comment and let me know what that is for what we pick up after this. But until then, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.